Hello! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee. I am Fat Chick in a Barn, and we're going to talk about 1,000 Pound Best Friends Season 1, Episode 4, Getting Her Sexy Back. The show opens up with Megan and Vanessa walking at the community center. And it was so funny because they were going up the stairs and they're like, we walk like zombies. I don't know. I find that stuff funny. Vanessa bought ankle weights, and I remember when I was a teenager, because I feel like I've always been trying to lose weight in some ways or be active. And I remember I used to go hiking around our forest with ankle weights. I probably still have them somewhere in like my mom's storage or something. So I thought that was pretty funny. And what the hell is Megan wearing on her feet? She's wearing sandals with no support, and she's morbidly obese. Oh, come on. People, please try to wear appropriate footwear, because if you slip or you turn an ankle or you get a blister on your foot, that can put you down for the count and make you gain weight because you can't exercise. So please, appropriate footwear, try. So they talk about Vanessa moving out, and Jackie's not happy, and she doesn't want Vanessa to have the surgery, and yakety smackety. For whatever reason, she is, somebody who's gonna sabotage. And you'll be surprised how family, somebody who should want the best for you will sabotage you. So be careful with that. You know, quite honestly, I didn't even say that I was trying to lose weight. I'm sure after losing 40 pounds, they figured out something was up. So, yes. And we cut to Megan and John, and they are talking about how they can't have romantic time in Tina's basement, and they pan around and it's just like boxes everywhere. And I just wonder what turn of fortune has landed her in Tina's basement, but just, not very romantic for them. And then we cut to Tina and Vanessa meeting up and making up from the fight on the camp out. And Tina mentions how she knew people near the campsite and she didn't want word getting back to her boys, her children, or her husband that she was running around Shut up, Ethel! That she was running around the campsite naked, and I can see it from that aspect. So I can kind of see, because the kids could get, tormented at school about it, but also part of me is, who cares? Part of me thinks, who cares? It doesn't matter. They eventually make up and agree to be friends, and then they do wheatgrass shots, and Vanessa flirts with the guy. So she's still trying to get Tina out of her shell, out of, mommy mode, and, be a little more, I guess, risque or not so reserved. And the wheatgrass shots, I thought it was so funny because their reactions, I've never had a wheatgrass shot, but it sure looked like when a friend of mine had a shot of Tully's, which is whiskey, and she was just like, "Ow, what is that?" And I was like, if you don't want it, I will drink it. I like Tully's. And so then, right out of the gate, we're going to the sex shop with Tina, who is just horribly uncomfortable. I'm like, right, really? Okay, well, it was probably set up by TLC. Megan has misgivings. She doesn't think it's going to help, unless they sell confidence in a lube. I feel like there's more talking about sex in this show than there is in Love Off the Grid. So, which is supposed to be about romance, sex, and relationships. Oh, anyway, so Vanessa's going to school them all about an item that she says is a plug, a booty. You fill in the words, put it together. I don't know if YouTube will say bad things or anything, but yeah. and it's clearly not. And maybe there was something lost in editing, but I don't know. And poor Tina wanders off because she's just beside herself with all of the sex stuff, and yeah. And then they have like a Tupperware party moment where they're looking at all of the toys, and the ladies who run or work at, not necessarily run, but work at the shop, it passes the things around, and they're looking at things, you know, lube, toys, yada yada. So Ashley is talking on the phone, and she says she's worried about her weigh-in, and she's only lost 5 pounds, and she's found this workout program or workout group called Barbarian Burn, and she's all excited about it, and just from the name alone, this is gonna be a lot. And it's like, I don't understand why these ladies can't just find like indoor pool or, you know, an athletic kind of pool or something to walk in, or because the Barbarian Bird is going to be too much for them. They should be walking or, you know, swimming or walking in a pool, something that's going to be a lot easier on their joints. In my opinion, in my very unprofessional, not a bodybuilder, not a personal trainer, not a doctor opinion, in my very layman opinion. But at the same time, Barbarian Burn might be really cool. Obviously, I've seen the show. I know what's going to happen. But I was thinking and hoping that there would be like sword fighting and maybe rowing like on a ship. Or, you know, they could do like a competition with rowing machines, because I love the rowing machine. But that wouldn't be too terribly difficult on their joints, I don't think, because it's sitting, but whatever. But of course, that is not what they do at Barbarian Burn. They get there and they hand out little like wrist things and socks, which is funny. I'm like, really? This is, I guess, what people who don't really work out would think that you would work out in. I don't know. But Megan says she thinks John would like her to be more confident, and I was very proud of the show because the other girls are like, it's not about John or what John wants, it's about you being more confident for you. So I was proud of them for that.
Baby, we don't care what John wants. You need to be more confident in yourself for nobody in this room, nobody outside, but for yourself.
You know, once they get their little wrist things on, and the very nice young lady comes over and kind of takes them through a warm-up, and I'm like, oh, this won't be so bad. And then some guy comes out beating a drum and is all yo-yo in your face, you know, just crazy, and, you know, yelling at them and trying to get them motivated. And some people are really motivated by this, but I feel like maybe it's, again, going to be a lot for these ladies, and it's a lot for Tina to handle. She's very unsettled by the loud noises and the yelling. Tina retires to the bathroom to kind of have a quiet cry, and Megan goes with her to find out if she's okay. And this is probably the hardest these ladies have worked out perhaps in their lives. They're going to be super sore, and I feel bad because you shouldn't be sore. I mean, they shouldn't be sore because they're not going to want to do it again, and that's enough to stop you. How do I know? Because I've done that, where the flesh is willing but weak and flabby, and so I would get on the treadmill and go for an hour, and then I'd be sore. I'd get a migraine and just be like, I'm done. I'm not doing this again. And then it'd be another 3 months before I would try again. And, you know, that's why I say, try to do less than you think you can. You know, do a little less than you think you can, because that actually might make you really sore, and then you don't want to do it again the next day, or, you know, the day after that. Which you always, for me, the day after is the hardest day, because I don't know. That's when I'm the sorest. So after Tina returns, I was happy to see that the trainers backed off and were a little more kind of observant of her mental state, and, you know, is this too loud? Is this okay? You know, so I was a lot happier to see that. And I also wonder if they revisit the place in the future, because I think it would be kind of cool, but it's also a lot. Maybe there's like a slightly less barbarian burn, maybe more like a barbarian warm-up that they could attend. So they show that Vanessa makes a living by flipping items she gets from thrift stores, you know, just like either things that are being sold for way less than they're worth, or she's able to fix them up and sell them. They just make reference to that. And then it's moving day, and Vanessa's always lived with Jackie, and then Jackie comes out and starts yelling at Megan and blames her for Vanessa moving out and says, "Oh, you won, Megan, you won. It's all about you." And oy, the moving too. These poor ladies. I mean, they just, it's hard on anyone, but these poor ladies are really suffering. I felt bad for them. And then the show kind of wraps up there, and then the next episode is them going to Florida. So we will see how that pans out for them.
You okay? Girl, you know I can't jump when I got stuff in my hand. I just had to get here. Okay.
I feel like, just to kind of wrap up, I feel like a lot of personal trainers just don't get people who have been out of shape for a while, because I feel like they want you to do too much, when really just walking is, in my opinion, in my very unprofessional, just layperson opinion, I think walking is enough initially to start with. And, you know, actually April 1st was my 3-year anniversary of being on a fit journey, and when I started, all I did was just walk for 30 minutes. I just decided that I would take a 30-minute walk on my lunch hour, and that's where it all started. And, you know, even now I walk, I walk more than I did, you know, and I remember when I, you know, went from 5,000 steps, because I got my wrist tracker, and I was actually shocked that I was only getting 5,000 steps. So I moved up from 5,000 steps to 10,000 steps. And I remember thinking how hard that was, you know, so it's just walking is a sufficient workout. And another lady, forgive me, I can't remember her name. I just started watching her videos. She's a newer YouTuber and has more subscribers than I do already. I must be the most boring woman alive. But regardless, it's not about subscriber count. It's, for me, about recording my journey, and if I can help people along the way, I hope I can. But she made a comment about The Biggest Loser, and how that's kind of how, as a bigger person, or maybe an out of shape person, you expect workouts to be, is working out until you vomit and stuff like that. I remember that when Biggest Loser came out, that I wouldn't go for a walk. I wouldn't go for a simple walk because it wasn't hard enough. Somehow, if I wasn't dying, it wasn't a good enough workout. It wasn't having the desired effect. I think you have to get out of that mindset, because walking is an amazing, low impact, but amazing type of workout, you know? So there's nothing wrong with just walking. And this also leads me to another thing that happened recently. I periodically try to jog. And there's this program called None to Run, and no shade on the program. I think it's a great program, but I've never made it past week 2. And it's kind of pathetic. But yeah, I usually get through week 1, and I don't like jogging to begin with, but this last time I tried it, this last month, I literally almost quit my entire fit journey because I couldn't do it. I again got shin splints. It's not that I can't jog for the allotted time, because the first week you jog for 30 seconds and you walk for 2 minutes, and then it goes from there, kind of building you up. No, it's that I get shin splints every single time. And I've tried different running shoes. I've tried different ways of running, you know, different ways of jogging, and I never seem to get past week 2. And I didn't, again, I don't know, maybe not meant to jog. So I literally, midweek 2, ended up just crying and being so discouraged. I almost quit my fit journey, but I didn't. I got up and did a walk the next day.
who I am, dumbass.
Hi.
Sorry, I thought you'd be done by now.
Well, I was about to wrap up.
I'm sorry. What you doing?
Recording?
Stuff?
Yeah?
Like what?
Air hugs. I am out.